Hey, with chicken bacon, it's me, Cassie Frass, and Emoji. Today, I am going to show you guys how I did this gouache painting of It's Alita Gray. So I'll stop rambling on, and I will get that video started for you guys. I always start my paintings with a good sketch, so here I'm just cleaning up some lines, making sure things make sense. You guys, I apologize if you hear like jingle jangling or like somebody breathing really hard. I cannot do anything with my cat and dogs like breathing down my neck. I tried putting them in another room and they started crying and scratching at the door like I've never been apart from them ever in their entire lives. So they're just a little spoiled and I apologize for that noise. I am using my jelly gouache for this. It's one of my favorite gouache. I might need to replace it soon just because it's getting into the wet months and I think it's going to get mold because when I leave it out to dry, it's not drying. But yeah, here I am just creating a leopard print background because I thought it would be really fun. I'm adding some like circular oval shapes all over the place, trying to keep it random and sporadic. And then I go in with the black outlining, and some of them I fully outline and some of them I leave a little open. Is this leopard or cheetah print? I can't remember which one I did actually now that I think about it, but I want to say this is leopard print. And then I add a couple more abstract shapes here and there just to really fill it out and make it look more organic and less spacious, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Then I go in with my underpainting. I like adding a little bit of blue to really create those shadows because I feel like sometimes with my gouache paintings they could be a little flat. I think I just need to incorporate color theory more than I do, and I like to have more of an I like to paint with more of an impressionistic style, so I go on with bigger brushes so that way you could see the brush strokes, and as I paint, I get the smaller brushes to get more of those details. Maybe I'm just a messy painter, or maybe you don't see my vision. I do need to restock on brushes though, because the brush set I have right now doesn't have any medium sized brushes. Like right now, you can see I'm painting with a freaking eyelash, and I would like something not as big as that filbert I was using, and nothing as something a little bit bigger than this. But the cards were dealt with, so here I am going in with my big old filbert brush so that I can get those nice cool shadows going. I think I should have waited for the blue paint underneath to dry completely because it kept lifting up and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? I added more paint on the brush. I saved it. I saved it. Don't worry. But here's me panicking about how the hell I am going to make this work. I am the type of artist, though, that when you're in like the middle of the painting or it's supposed to look ugly because you're refining everything, I'm panicking because I'm like, oh, this is gray. It's not a skin color. She looks dead. No, babe. Those are the shadows. There is a bunch of cuts because I got a new tablet and I was like, oh, perfect. I could use my tablet to record YouTube videos and I could start uploading more frequently again. But I don't have a tablet stand or any way to like hold it up. So I'm actually like physically holding up with one hand and painting. So it got a little tiresome doing both. So I would record for like a minute or two and then put the thing down and like work on the painting, and then when I was like, oh my god, I should record this, I would pick it up when I remembered, and yada yada yada, again and again. So that's what's with all these cuts. Hopefully I could get a stand or something for my tablet so it's a little less shaky and I could show you like the full process of something instead of having to, oh, it's that kitty cat, instead of having to stop and rearrange myself and stretch and everything. Hopefully I could just put it up on top and then just record everything I'm doing and edit the video from there, so I could focus more on the painting when I'm painting instead of recording. Oh, and then I'm adding more of that animal print onto the bikini top because I had a lot of fun doing that. And same thing, just those oval shapes and little beans. I like the yellow color I chose to make the top. I think it was really bright and it added a lot of joy into the painting. You can definitely see in this process of the painting how messy of a artist I am, which I really enjoy. I like being able to have less of a realism style and more of like impressionistic, like you can see the brush strokes I make in my paintings. Love looking on like Instagram it Instagram is I love looking on Instagram to find like cool people to paint. So if you guys have any favorite like influencers that have a really cool look, totally like DM me a photo of them or their profile or tag me or something and I will totally check their page out because I love looking at people and conveying the human experience. Ooh, okay, the hair was my favorite part. I like totally put down some messy brush strokes of the hair, like where I wanted everything to be, and then I went over with my color pencils, my favorite Prismacolors, and I started adding those textures. And I went in with black, and then I went in. I want to say it was a dark brown after, just to get those textures. I don't really like painting hair, but drawing hair with color pencils and everything, now that's fun. I love being able to convey like the motion and flow of the hair. I find it really easy. I don't want to say it's easy because I'm not every artist, but as long as you keep a sharpener handy and you keep those lines really crisp, I find that it's really easy to get the textures of the hair in. Even if it's messy and you mess up in some parts, it's real forgiving. Wow! Oh my god, we're almost done with this painting. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. We just have a couple more parts to do. Like right now, I'm gonna start working on those nails. We're gonna add some details into there, okay? We're adding some shadows with a little bit of highlights. We're gonna do the same thing to the lollipop. I find adding the highlights to be like one of my favorite parts of the illustration just because it can really add a lot of depth to the painting. Ooh, and then I'm working on these little lips. We're doing the same thing. I like to add makeup with the color pencils as opposed to painting it on because I feel like when I paint it on, it looks like she's wearing heavy makeup as opposed to when I go with the color pencils. It looks more like pigment on top of the face as opposed to just really burnt, bright red looking lips and cheeks. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more of the process because I gotta add in her tattoos. So this is pretty fun. I was hoping to convey some nice sharp lines here. I don't know if I did it. I feel like they're pretty shaky, but whatever, forever. I tried. The painting's finished when you take the tape off. It's so satisfying to do. I'll thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to comment down below what you'd like to see me paint next. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Cassie.Frass. See you later, gators. Bye-bye.